This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping a foot on the what? Yeeks. We keeping a foot on the what? Yeeks, and like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Canelo Alvarez is justified in so many ways. He Knows Everything's going to explain why Canelo Alvarez was never a cash fucking cow to begin with. Mike Coppinger. This is how you know boxing fans are boxing casuals. Mike Coppinger is the Adrian Ranowski of insider boxing trade. Let me say it again. He's the Adrian Ranowski. Why do I say Adrian Ranowski? Because Adrian Ranowski is the insider when it comes to basketball. When someone is likened to the Adrian Ranowski, it's the highest compliment that you can fucking give him. Mike Coppinger is an Adrian Ranowski in his respective genre of fucking boxing. There's not one time that Mike Coppinger has been fact-checked on anything that he says. Mike Coppinger has consistently told you that Earl the Truth Smith does over 200K pay-per-view buys. Gervonta Tank Davis does over 200. The Charlo brothers do over 200. Deontay Wilder does over 200. Mike Coppinger was the one to explain to you guys, when you do these numbers in a soft pay-per-view market, it is a high success ratio. Let me say it again. It is a high success ratio. This is what Earl the Truth Smith is giving you. This is what Gervonta Tank Davis is giving you. This is what the Charlo brothers have given you. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat two-teller fashion that's associated with that? Now we got to dig deeper. We got to dig even further. We got to go even farther. And we have to ask ourselves delineations, distinctions, gulf, and separations. Mike Coppinger was also the one that told you, how can Canelo Alvarez, cinnamon dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez, be a cash cow when he has to sit there and wait on an MMA fight? He even put laughing fucking emojis on that shit. Because Mike Coppinger is a numbers guy. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Let me say it again. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers that Mike Coppinger gives you, the shit does not fucking lie. Because when it's all said and done, Mike Coppinger is speaking from a position of strength. When you're speaking from a position of strength, you are authorized, you are calculated, you are verified, and you are certified, and you are appropriated to speak on what you're speaking on, to give volition to what you're saying, to give validation to what you're saying. Mike Coppinger is credible on so many fucking levels because he doesn't only do PBC. He does The Zone. He does Top Rank. He does Matchroom Sports. He does Lou DiBella. He does main events. He does it fucking all. And there's not one time that what Mike Coppinger says does not come back to be quantified, calculated, verified, and certified. So you have to be a Rudy fucking Poo and a plum brain. A classic fucking Dota and a troglodyte. A ultra fucking fanboy with the ultra fucking fanboy rhetoric. If you're not sitting there and digressing to this man's expertise, to his credibility, you're revealing yourself as a boxing fucking casual. This man has laughed at cinnamon dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez when he fought Sergey Kovalev. We saw it. Don't act like you Rudy fucking Poo and plum brains didn't see it. Don't act like you classic Dotes and troglodytes didn't see it. Don't act like you ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetorics didn't see it. Canelo Alvarez was sitting there in his fucking locker room. Sergey Kovalev sitting there in their locker room, having the kid get continuously re-warmed the fuck up. But he's a cash cow. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, But in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat two-teller fashion, if he is a cash cow, why is he waiting for a Jorge Masvidal and a Nate fucking Diaz fight? You don't wait on shit like that. You prove that you're the cash cow by telling the MMA fight, step your rabbit ass to the fucking side. Let me say it again. You prove that you're the cash cow by telling the MMA fight, step your rabbit ass to the fucking side. But why didn't they get the MMA fight to step its rabbit ass to the side? And I'm going to explain why. Because in the most visceral form of cold-hearted, in in the most visceral form of unadulterated, and in the most visceral form of cutthroat truth teller fashion, Canelo Alvarez, just like He Knows Everything said, and a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. This guy's a money maker. He's not a money generator. To be a money generator is to be a cash cow. Let me say it again. To be a money generator is to be a cash cow. This is what defines cash cow ability. You have to money make and money generate. So what if Canelo Alvarez getting 30-something million? Where's the generation of the money? Where's the back end on the fucking pay-per-views? The reason why he's not getting that is because no one is buying that there is such thing as a Canelo era. Does that even sound right to you? A Canelo era? When in boxing have you ever heard a fucking cinnamon dust of a Horchata of a fucking Alvarez era? But we know there was a Mayweather era. We know that there was a Ward era. And we know that we left the Mayweather era and we ushered into what's called the Spence era. Spence has a fucking era. There's never been a Canelo Alvarez era. There's never been a Deontay Wilder era. There's always been Floyd Mayweather, then Andre Ward, then Earl the True Spence. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. To be a cash cow, you also have to be an error-filled fighter. You don't see how it's all connected? Canelo Alvarez is not a money generator, so hence he is not a cash cow. Canelo Alvarez doesn't have a fucking error, so hence he is not a cash cow. So how am I not keeping the foot on the what on the digs? How am I not keeping the foot on the what on the digs? And like the Tibetan master that I am, I'm applying what unlimited pressure. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying what unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Tell me how the foot is not being kept on the damn necks when this guy has revealed to you erroneously that he doesn't have a fucking error. This guy had to wait on Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. If there was any time for me to laugh at the cinnamon dust of a Horchata and Alvarez, that was the time to laugh at him. That's why when you got the Monty Browns of the world's coon fucking buffoon looking like a fucking idiot out here in these boxing streets, basically do away with your black tag. Do away with the fact that you are black so that you can basically get rear fucking ended, stay wheelchair fucking bound, stay ram fucking rotted by the cinnamon dust of a Horchata and Alvarez. You know what we say? It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, But in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller fashion, we have to ask ourselves, what does it boil down to? Cooning and fucking buffooning? Being artificial with reality? Or telling the cold-hearted, telling the unadulterated, and telling the cutthroat truth teller fashion? And what the fuck is that? That cinnamon dust of a Horchata of a fucking Alvarez is not a cash cow. He never had a fucking error. And you want to know the quintessential truth? Floyd Mayweather ended this guy before his career even started. Let me say it again. Floyd Mayweather ended this guy before his career even fucking started. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.
Go ahead, He Knows.